Hello and welcome to this video where we're going to be looking at this painting that's on the screen, this one. I'm just trying this out actually, see if I can do some videos on Photoshop as well as doing traditional painting, because I do both. I enjoy doing both, and there's something about Photoshop that I like, and that's painting over my own paintings. So here's one that I did, and I'll use a little I use some red pen. Yeah, some red pen, and just show you how I would improve it. So I think I did it on watercolor. I think this is a watercolor painting. Yeah, I think pretty sure it is. So the first thing I thought is to make these areas brighter, like these windows as well. Everything else has got to get darker, because I really want the lighthouse to be light. I want that light to be light, and I haven't really done that in this. So what I did is I created a curves, and then I did another curves on top of it, because what I ended up doing is at first I did this to make everything a bit darker, a bit gloomier. So I've just, like, if you've ever used curves, you're basically increasing the contrast a bit. It's a bit more complicated than that, but that's the basic idea. And then I started creating another curves, and what I did, I'll show you, is I wanted to change an area to be a little bit lighter. I always find I have to use a mouse as well as a a pen. So I've got one of these pens, but I use my mouse as well. So anyway, I've created this curve, and then I was painting stuff out using the rubber. I usually go black and then fill the curve in. And that lightens it, and then you can rub out the areas that you want. Actually, paint out the areas that you want using white. So you can darken areas, and what I wanted to do is I wanted to darken the lighthouse a little bit, but there you can just darken the area that you want to darken using that. That's what I wanted to show you, really. And then you could repaint areas and things. Anyway, let's get rid of that one. So I did this, so I darkened the whole thing, and then I removed some of it to increase the strength of the lighthouse, which really works, doesn't it? Now, if you take those two away, just those two, look how plain this looks. I mean, I like it as it is, but that's more dramatic, way more dramatic. It's much better. And then I started painting in areas, like I felt like the roof needed to be darker, and some of this area needed straightening off a bit, and then I boosted the light. You can see that I've added some more light in there and up there, and then I've changed the water a bit as well. I removed the rocks here, just to show you. There's the rocks, there's without the rocks. And I had this idea of having a big wave up here, but I changed my mind. Like this area down here, I thought, oh, wouldn't it be cool to have a big wave there? And I was like, well, that's kind of taking the eye away from the lighthouse if I do that. So I started to think, maybe maybe not. So I ended up lowering it, and now I sort of started to build up this bit to a mist, but then I thought I'll leave that a bit. I wanted something more up here, and I thought, oh, what would be good? The lighthouse keeper's probably got a car. Why didn't I put a car there? So I painted in a little car, and then I added a bit of light on the top. So that improves that. And the reason also I put this car there is I wanted to have a balance between that and maybe have a boat in the water to balance the painting a bit better, sort of create a kind of like the boat there, the light there, and sort of all this is the main sort of focus. Actually, it's more like that, isn't it? There's all the focus that's going to be in the painting. So I just wanted to create more. You could also see it like this, like a triangle as well. And I'll leave that there and I'll put it on afterwards. So I messed about a bit more with the water. I was flattening this area off, really. And then I added a little bit more light, a little bit more warmth up there. And then, this is the big difference, look down there. Oops, I keep pressing something. Bing, the boat. And then I wanted it to look a bit more dramatic, so I added a bit more warmth to it. And then I started darkening the lighthouse a bit more to give it a bit more balance and to make the lights a bit stronger as well. And then I added a bit more rock and detail down there to make that look a bit better. And then yeah, that's basically it. So now you've got a triangle of information. Rather than it was just a lighthouse, now it sort of opens up the picture, because there's something that we tend to do, well I tend to do anyway, is I'll do something like this. I'll have like this great big picture. Well, look what I did. I originally only really had that. And what about all this space down here? There was nothing really there. And now I've added that. There's a bit more interest down here now. That rock breaks up the water. It goes to there. We've got the cloud. There's a lot more filling the page. And I think that's important to think about when you're creating your paintings, your designs. Try and use as much of your page as possible for things, and give the painting a bit of breathing room, but you don't want to give it loads of breathing room like I did. So that's just a little idea for you for painting, improving your own painting, because I always find I need to improve my own paintings and improve the composition especially, and using the whole page and getting those little details like this car. Like this car, it just adds so much more. When you take the car out, this is now nothing. There's nothing there. And then boom, there's a car there. Makes it more interesting. You could even like put something here, maybe some fencing or something. Originally I did have fencing there, or a flag or anything. You could do all sorts, and it just makes it a bit more interesting. So I'm going to paint this in acrylic, and I'm going to do it on the next episode. So I'll put the picture up on my screen, and then I'll paint away. So I hope you enjoy that one, and hope this one gave you some little tips. I'm going to try doing these sort of videos as well as painting videos, because there's a lot more than just painting a painting, isn't there? There's a lot more thinking going on. So I thought I would introduce something extra. So let me know if you enjoyed this one, and hopefully you did, found it interesting, and I'll see you at another one. Cheers, bye.